Hi, I'm Richard Muscio, founder of Movie Feet Before You Eat Foundation and associate producer of Stickability. I am here with Mr. Dave Austin, who is one kick-ass tennis player. Tell us what your highest ranking was and in what age group.
Well, I did have a world ranking on the Pro Tour, but that was, well, 300 something, but there's over 1 million that were ranked, so I feel pretty good about it. But later on, I decided I needed to sharpen and really focus on a goal that if I really had a game plan that I never allowed myself when I was on the tour, I never allowed myself to be number one. So I did that. When I was 50, I was number one in the 40 age group.
That's quite an accomplishment. Just so you know, in high school, my job was making scrapbooks for Bobby Riggs.
Really?
I was his scrapbook maker.
No way.
So I just wrote a book about that experience from 1973. I wound up being number one in San Diego County in 1997 in the 5-0 division,
Really?
but then this thing called age caught up to me.
Well,
Has age affected your tennis?
Well, I'm not playing as much now, but when I have gone out, I still feel pretty good. You kind of, you've done it for so many years. But Bobby Riggs, I used to play Bobby, during, when he did Margaret Court and then Billie Jean King. I used to do what he used to do every one. He used to make me tie a rope to me and on a leash with a dog in front of crowds. We would just flip-flop it around, and he was such a character. He made more money on the golf course, though, in tennis, because he was such a hustler on the golf course. But that's a whole nother story.
Well, yeah, I made scrapbooks for him in 73 and 74. That was a paid job. So he's one of my all-time favorite athletes. The reason why is because, in my opinion, he was the master of adaptability out on the tennis court.
Wait a minute, 73, 74, that might have been the time that I used to play with him. Am I in the scrapbook anyway? No.
You might very well be. Do you know Lorne Kuehl?
I do know Lorne, yep.
Bobby's practice partner doing those.
How do you know Bobby without knowing Lorne? Lorne was always around.
Well, I got my gig because my late father's only sibling, my late aunt, married John Riggs, one of Bobby's brothers. Did you ever meet my Uncle John?
I probably did. I don't remember, but I'm sure I did because I was around Bobby enough during that time period.
Now, you're doing something interesting. You're helping people basically realize their potential. Can you describe what it is you're doing now that you're not spending as much time on the tennis court?
Well, you learn from, I probably learned from all my losses, but extreme focus. And what it is that, when you learn, it's a learned trait. I mean, I used to think like Borg, how can he be so, he's cold-blooded. I'm like, why can't I be like that? But in truth, we can take on anything. And as I learned through the process I've been doing for years, I work with Major League Baseball players, NFL football players. I've done U.S. Olympic teams, and I've done companies because getting your mind to work for you rather than against you is what it's all about. And we have that negative side and we have that positive side. And it's tempting to us each and every day. So.
And what are you hoping to get out of watching this evening's premiere of Stickability?
Well, Stickability in itself, what is that? That's staying persistent to your dream and your passion. So I look to get out of that another great inspiration of staying true to your course. Because there's going to be those moments where you go, can I do this? They're challenging moments. And when you start looking at those challenging moments as just opportunities, then your whole world changes. So I'm hoping to see, that's what he's captured on film.
Last question, your most memorable tennis match that you played in ever?
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
Thanks.
I played Rod Laver. That's probably the most memorable because, gosh, he was my idol. And I actually, now, I've done this to no one else. I mean, not on at a park, not with anybody, but I aced Rod Laver 4 times. I was ready to say, all right, call it quits, I can hang up my racket now. It was as far as my whole tennis career, that was the highlight of it.
Yeah, he's my idol. I won a tournament once here, a local tournament, and he was in town, and first prize was a photograph with Rod Laver, so I was just so blessed to be able to get that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When I was playing him, we have the changeover, and I'm sitting on the changeover going, and I look at the stadium, and it's packed. Yeah. And I saw a friend of mine up in the top of the stadium kind of reaching over and seeing he could hardly get a view, and I go, oh, my God. I got the best seat in the house. This is Rod Laver. Oh, I'm part of this. But I couldn't jump up and down and say, ooh, this. I just said, oh, I'm part of the show. I got to play.
Yeah, the Rocket, one of the all-time greats. Dave, very much appreciated. Have a great evening.
Thank you.